Okay, so our community relations group met earlier this week, and they were kind of concerned about the politicizing of masking. And so they were, they're wanting Kaweah Delta to do a joint message with some of the leaders of the other organizations inside, our county leaders, sheriff's department, police department. And so they're getting a lot of mixed messages.
Right.
And Kaweah Delta at first said no masking, but we have followed the CDC guidelines for the last several
From the very
months.
beginning.
And are you concerned about the how some are taking it serious and others are not in terms of masking?
Yes, I am very concerned because I do believe in the science. I do believe in the guidance that's coming out of the CDC. I believe is quite appropriate. We know pretty clearly that masking, ideally when everybody is masked, it helps prevent the virus from spreading. We know that the transmission of the virus is rarely touching the surface. It's people in contact, breathing on each other, just the micro droplets that pass through the air from one person to another. So I firmly believe that the masking, and I think that's what we're experiencing. I think this resurgence that we've seen over the last couple of weeks is because people decided not to wear their mask. That's always the frustrating part, and I get it. When our positivity rate fell to like 5.7%, when Kaweah Delta only had 20 COVID patients in the hospital, and the governor said, "Okay, Tulare County, you can move to 2.5," and oh my gosh, that felt so great. We're winning this battle. Everything's going down. We can relax, and people stopped wearing their masks, and they started gathering and having get-togethers and stuff like that, and it's come soaring back. And I firmly believe that for the sole reason is we stopped our social distancing and we stopped wearing a mask. So I'm convinced that it makes a difference. And so that's why we're not letting up as an institution, and our messaging is going to continue to highly not just recommend, really advise people. We're going to start, I think we're going to be a lot more proactive in our messaging, working with you, Deb, and working with Mark Mertz, our VP of Strategy, helping the community understand what it's like, being in the hospital. We have young people in the hospital right now. The 54, about half of them are young and half of them are old. And young people are suffering greatly.
And a few months ago,
this.
that wasn't the case.
No,
it was,
I know.
It was
And you may not die, but you're going to have an awful experience.
Right.
If you need to be hospitalized, you're not having a good experience with the virus.
Right.
You're not successful. I mean, you certainly can battle through it and overcome it. But if you're in the hospital, you're in a very uncomfortable position. Right. So, and we are going to look for opportunities to work with community leaders. We are going to reach out to the city council, to the sheriff, to the Chief Salazar, the board of supervisors. I believe that they believe in masking, that they support it, and I think the words they used did create confusion. I don't think they meant they don't agree or they don't support it. I think they were more, we don't have the resources to enforce it. Our
Right.
police force is
Right.
out doing this. If you make us the mask police, then you
Right.
take us away from the important stuff.
Right.
I want to believe that was the message, but didn't quite come across that way, so we'd like to kind of clarify that. And
Right.
yeah.
Right. And the question is, has the county supervisors or city council communicated with Kaweah Delta? Do they contact you?
Not with me.
No.
I've not had any.
Yeah.
I think Mark has had some conversation with Amy Sheklian, who is the supervisor for our district that Kaweah Delta is located in. And I just talked to Mark, I think, this morning about it. And she is very supportive of the masking, and so look to do something jointly with her.